With nearly 100 feet of dramatic elevation changes and featuring what just might be Streamsong's most iconic hole, we're excited to find out if the Blue course lives up to its highly ranked reputation. Sitting directly alongside Streamsong Red, the debate between which of the two is the better course stirs up no shortage of opinions, or a clear answer for that matter, with most groups who play here being split 50-50 in opinion between the two. Architecture buffs understandably geek out over Tom Doak's masterful routing and shaping of the unique landscape, but you don't have to be a golf purist to appreciate the beauty and playability of this course. Years from now, we may not remember what we scored here, but we certainly won't forget the stunning views or the Blue course much talked about taco stand. So this is Streamsong's Blue course, and we're ready to take you along as we experience all of it. All right, early tee time this morning. I'm gonna try to shake off those greens from the black. We've got Barry with us again today. He's a legend at reading the green, so he's gonna help us. This is the highest point on the entire property, this first hole. This is the epic tee shot that everybody talks about, so we're starting off strong.
If you have the ability to play blue first during your stay at Streamsong, that's kind of my recommendation. And really it's because of that opening tee shot. It's one of the highest points on property. It's a 60 or 70 foot dune that's left over from the phosphate mining that was done here for several decades. And you have 360 degree views of the entire resort, and you can see for 3 or 4 or 5 miles in the distance, depending on what the weather's like that day. It's a really a nice opening hole because there's not a ton of demand on where you hit the ball.
Go. One way to do it.
It's hopefully a par hole or maybe a birdie hole if you can stay out of the bunkers. But it's just the view. If you're going to play it, you have to take your phone up there and get a couple pictures from the top of that tee box because it's really spectacular.
Busy day today here at Streamsong, playing the Blue course first, and then we're going to be heading over to the Chain, which is that short course that just opened. Physically opens for the public, all 19 holes in the coming days, but we're going to check it out today, this afternoon. Great day so far, Frank, and there's a taco stand coming up on the turn. Is it too early for it? No.
Never
Too early for tacos.
Yeah.
Fourth hole, I think, is beautiful, especially if you have a morning sun or an afternoon sun. You're teeing off uphill the whole way. And then you've got about 2.5 stories you got to go up to the green complex. And it is beautiful. You've got a bunker down the left-hand side, you've got a waste area down the right-hand side. Tee shot's a premium, you have plenty of room to hit it, but you got to hit it in play. If you don't, you're not going to get up onto that green on your second shot. There's a huge bunker that lines, it's a gigantic deep bunker that's probably 20 feet deep on the right-hand side of the green complex. And then there's a bunch of pot bunkers on the steep hill in front of it on the left side of the green complex, right in front. Gives you a beautiful look down it, but you got to hit it 2.5 stories up in the air, and it's beautiful.
Look at this guy, he's looking for something in that cart. He's trying to steal something.
What is he looking for?
Food.
Come on, get out of here.
We got batteries and cameras, that's it.
That's it.
So red and blue were built at the same time by Crenshaw and Doak, and they do kind of intertwine around each other. The first 6 holes at red kind of play off to one side. The core of the blue course kind of plays in the inside of the rest of the red loop. And so those two are about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the lodge. They share the same clubhouse and the same driving range. And then you have the bye hole that you can play after your round there to settle a bet on the golf course if everything's tied when you get done. So those two kind of are in their own little spot. And that was actually the first thing to open on the property, that and the red and blue clubhouse. And the 12 rooms above there, that's now the clubhouse experience, were the only place you could stay for the first year and month that Streamsong was open.
Hey Barry, let's see that wind guide you got there, that towel. Let me see how you do that.
There you go.
I never thought of that. All right. Got it. First birdie of the trip.
Finally.
First birdie of the trip.
Finally.
Got the weight off his shoulders now.
The weight, sure it is, just floats on.
You really got to pick the right place to hit it into the green. Sometimes you really don't even want to go at the flag because if you hit it, you know, a foot or two off, you could be 40 feet from the green rather than hitting it 20 feet left and be 20 feet from the flag. So a lot of it comes down to listening to your caddies on blue and hitting that right shot. And a lot of it comes to angles, like the 6th hole. You know, if the pin is on the front, on the right-hand side of the green, you don't want to go down the right side of the fairway. You want to go down the left side of the fairway so that you have a shot coming in all the way across the green rather than a short flip shot into a flat piece that's not a very big flat top on the green where the pin sits. Because if you go there, you could, if you miss and go a little bit long, all right, you're going to have a 50-footer versus, you know, like coming in from a different angle. And that's what Tom Doak did a lot with his green complexes, is create angles.
What's the story with the lover's loop? Is that what Barry calls it?
Barry's got some story about, like, couples used to love this hole, right? Because of the free lunch.
They would play the first 6 on the red
Yeah.
and the first 6 on the blue.
6 on red, 6 on blue.
We got separate scorecards.
Yeah.
And the caddies call it the lover's loop. It was the perfect second loop.
Because it's
for
short.
us. Yeah. After it's the perfect second loop for the caddies. And there was a free meal with it
No way.
for 2 in the clubhouse.
But no more free meal.
Well, somebody that decided since they were so in love and everything, they might do without the meal. And so we no longer have the lover's loop.
Lover's loop ended, guys.
What a backdrop, huh?
Yeah, that's something else, that backdrop.
Florida dunes. You don't expect to see it.
Florida dunes. Looks darn good. In the hole? Oh yeah.
That one felt good.
Lover's loop.
That one felt good. Lover's loop. Dude, what happens if we go in there and we ask for the lover's loop lunch?
I dare you to ask for it.
It's like, what are you guys doing? Get out of here. We want a free lunch.
Lover's loop, baby.
The 7th hole on the blue course is nothing short of iconic. For obvious reasons, it's impossible to not pull out your phone and take a picture from this elevated tee box. Playing at 180 yards from our tees, it's a delicate shot into a heavily undulated green that's protected by a water carry in front, surrounded by bunkers, and made even more challenging by the Streamsong winds, which are amplified by the height of the tee box atop the dunes. Whether you call it the signature hole or not, one thing that is undebatable about this hole is that the walk across the bridge to and from the green might just be the best stroll on the entire property. Come on. Oh, close.
All right, so far it's been an incredible trip. I mean, we've only been here a few days now. We played black yesterday. Not sure if you guys saw that video. What a course, completely different. The word I used to describe black was different. Unique greens. This is completely different from black, a little more accustomed to these types of courses where we normally play. So this is a little more familiar. So far, I love them both. And I have a feeling that after we're done with red, tomorrow, I'm gonna have the same response, you know, probably gonna love that one. That one actually is the highest ranked course here at Streamsong, the red one. So that one's tomorrow before we hit the airport. Got a nice itinerary this week. Huge shout out to Streamsong. Those guys have been awesome. This place is incredible. If you haven't been here, you gotta come and check it out. You want something? Still early enough.
Breakfast tacos.
You want to go right to lunch.
Why don't we get one of each?
Anything you don't like?
The whole garden.
There's nothing I don't like.
The whole garden.
All right, guys, we got the breakfast and the lunch all in
What do we
one.
do first?
Let's try it.
All right, I'm gonna go with the lunch first. We're going in reverse. beautiful way to play golf.
Another quick pro tip we learned, you get 2 tacos in an order and you can mix them up. So if you're here before 11, get a breakfast and a lunch. Around the world, try it all, right?
I tell people that red is a first shot golf course. There's a premium on hitting your drive and play, and blue is a second shot golf course. There's a premium in hitting it to the right tier or the right part of every green because of the undulation out there. You know, caddies are a big help because they can tell you, hey, you need to hit it there and it's going to funnel to here, or hey, today the hole location's back left, so you want to make sure you get a full another club than you would ordinarily hit, things like that.
So you're saying that someone had a hole-in-one on this par 4?
2 people.
2 people?
Yeah.
Who?
Our first caddy master, we call him Chip. He was from Bandon Dunes.
Okay.
He was an assistant caddy master there. He used a 3-wood from the back tee box and got a hole-in-one.
3-wood from the tips?
He was like a +3 handicapper.
That must have been something else.
He was good. And a guest did it with a driver one day.
Wow, that's crazy. Let's go, baby! Whoa! Let's go. Big bird right there. Big bird.
16, 17, 18 of the blue course are probably the toughest finishing holes we have. They are incredible. You've got from 16 playing uphill par 3, plays as long as 240 yards, and it's uphill, and it's guarded, the whole right side of it is guarded by bunkers and brush and trees and natural surroundings, and it's a really challenging hole. If you par that, which is a success, you go to the next hole, which is 690 yards, plays into a prevailing wind all of the time. And it is a grizzly bear of a hole. It is beautifully designed. It has a bunker complex of 3 bunkers sitting out at about 150 yards short of the green, and you have a choice to make on your second shot. Do I lay up short of that bunker complex, or do I go for it? And it's a great challenge. Depending on the wind, sometimes you can go for it, and sometimes you have to lay up and hit a 165-yard shot in for your third short shot into a par 5.
All right, guys, 18. What a day out on blue. What a course. Clubhouse in the distance. Straight away, par 4, right, Barry? Seems pretty. 440. It's a beast. So you get into the wind, so it's going to be all of 450 plus. So let's bring it for the final shot.
Key on 18 blue. It's a beautiful hole. You get the clubhouse in the background. One of the only places you can see the clubhouse because they built it in a way so that it would kind of be hidden between those dunes. But it's really imperative that you get it over that ridge because it'll give you another 25, 30 yards off the tee once you get to that ridge. And it's a difference in hitting, a 4 or 5 iron from the top of that hill or more to hitting maybe a 8 or 9 iron into that green. And it's a great finish.
Streamsong Blue in the books.